Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video to talk about the Paris Saint-Germain game, which we're playing tomorrow in Paris at the Parc des Princes Stadium. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game, Liverpool fans. We mustn't have any, disillusion, and we mustn't think that it's going to be an easy game, especially with the likes of, Neymar, Mbappe, and Edinson Cavani, who could potentially all play at the same time against Liverpool, which is a bit of a frightening, situation for us, despite, having a good defence and a good goalkeeper, a very good goalkeeper this season. I mean, when you come up against these kind of players in Europe, in the European game, it's always going to be tough for Liverpool, So we need to go there tomorrow and try and win the game, because if we get a draw, it's not bad, but it's still in the balance whether we can actually make it through out of the group, and it's going to be very tough because having to play Napoli at Anfield in the final game, and from what I'm hearing, I think we need to win by 2 clear goals. So it's going to be another situation like the Olympiacos game we had many years ago, which was the start of the beginning of the journey to the final in Istanbul, which we unbelievably won. We won the European Cup in 2005, defeating AC Milan in the final. And that Olympiacos game was very important for Liverpool, because if we had not won that game by 2 clear goals, we won it 3-1 in the end with that outstanding Gerrard goal from long range. If we had not won that game, we would have been out of the Champions League, and it would have never happened. The miracle of Istanbul would have never occurred. So we want to have our destiny in our own hands, basically. This is what I'm trying to say. And to do that, we need the 3 points, by hook or by crook. We need to get the 3 points. So I've seen a couple of videos on the internet, on YouTube, and various Liverpool fans and analysts and this and that talking about the game. And there's a fellow on there called, who does the channel Think Factory, and Asian fellow on there. Yeah, I can't remember his name now, but he was talking about Liverpool need to stand up and be counted, because it's not been good enough. And I feel that he speaks the truth, because if you look at our past results in Europe over the last, God knows how many years, 10 years, away games have not been good for us, even against weak opposition, and we've thrown away a lot of points, So Liverpool tend to, even in the past when we were not doing too well in the league, we always tend to up our game against the big teams, the better teams, whether it be in England or in European football. So I'm expecting Liverpool to come out all guns blazing, right, basically, against Paris Saint-Germain, and to try and beat them, because we can't sit back and defend for 90 minutes and expect to get a goal. It's not going to happen against these kind of teams. You need to show your quality going the other way. We have the quality, we have the players capable of testing Paris Saint-Germain, of giving them big problems, major problems in their goal. So we've got the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Firmino, Shaqiri, even Naby Keita if he plays. So we've got a lot of firepower, even Sturridge if he comes off the bench. We've got a lot of firepower. If we know how to play the game properly, we get our tactics spot on, and we don't just rely on defending and trying to get a lucky win, a 1-goal win. And we go out there and play with the freedom that we know we can do. If we play like that, we can beat them, even in Paris. They may have good, world-class strikers up front, Paris Saint-Germain, but don't forget, Liverpool have already beaten them at Anfield, and we were expected to lose to them in the first game of the Champions League campaign at Anfield, and we annihilated them. It ended up 3-2 in the end, but that was because we didn't put our chances away. If we had scored the goals that we should have done, they would have been out of sight. It would have been 4 or 5, in the end. And with about 5 minutes to go, I think Mbappe got put through by Neymar, and he made it 2-2. And really, in that game, neither of them were in the game. They weren't playing well, either Mbappe or Neymar. But that shows you how dangerous they are. Even when they're not playing well, they can cut you open, and they can score goals. So, as I said before, the fella that I was talking about on the Think Factory channel he has on YouTube, Yeah, he was talking about the mentality, you know, the having the balls basically to perform to the top level, and showing that you deserve to play for a team like Liverpool, a club like Liverpool. We need players like this because it's all well and good we're praising the manager and we're doing this and that in the league, and we're moving up the league, we're developing, we're becoming better, but there's no tangible results at the end of it, if we don't actually achieve anything, if we don't actually go on to win something, a piece of a piece of silverware, a trophy, then there's no point to it really, because it's no different from the Brendan Rodgers era really. I've seen Liverpool for many years. I've been watching Liverpool for 30, 31 years. I'm a fan in London. I've always supported Liverpool from my childhood days, and I've seen Liverpool, being successful. I've seen Liverpool getting to the pinnacle of European football, and I've also seen Liverpool in the bad times, throughout the 90s and the 2000s, where we were not doing too well in the league, and we were hardly taking part in any European, competitions. So for me, I want to see Liverpool take the next step now. Last year, we got to the final. We lost to bloody Real Madrid because of some, unforeseen circumstances, like the Salah injury, and then, the bloody goalkeeper, Karius, conceding those two idiotic goals that he conceded. And we lost the game. Of course, the Gareth Bale goal, the second goal, no goalkeeper in the world could have done anything about that. But the other two goals that he conceded were gifts. He virtually gifted the goals to Real Madrid, did Karius. And now we've got a proper, world-class goalkeeper in our goal, Alisson Becker, the the Brazilian national goalkeeper. So for me, Liverpool needs to now, when they go to away grounds in Europe, it doesn't matter who they play, they should be expecting to win the game. A team that has reached the European Cup final last season, Champions League final, should not be scared of any team, should be able to beat any team on the day. But it's down to the manager, Klopp, as well. He needs to have the right mentality. He needs to provide the right tactics, the right system for the team to be able to perform on the biggest stage. And there's no more excuses anymore. I praise Jurgen Klopp, and we're doing very well in the Premier League. We're second, we're only 2 points behind Manchester City, which is a very good achievement because this team is on fire. Man City, despite me not liking them, I despise of them because all they stand for is money and power. They don't how do you say? They don't have their own talents. They're just buying players from left, right, centre. Whereas Liverpool, not like that. At least we've got some English players in the team, And I want to see a team that deserves to winning things. Not because of the money, the wealth, or the power that they hold in, UEFA, in all the other, big footballing communities. And I think that referees are scared of them as well. The referees are scared of Manchester City. They're scared to make a mistake. They're scared to referee the game properly because, they put pressure. They must be putting pressure on UEFA and the Premier League because they have the money, they have the power, Manchester City. And it's just a shame for the English game because before it was not like this. We had a lot of teams that were challenging. This season is becoming like that again. It's getting back to a 3 or 4 team race for the title, but the main contenders are definitely Manchester City and Liverpool. Tottenham may be there for a while, but they'll start to fall away. And as you saw with the Chelsea game, of course, they lost 3-1 to Tottenham. So they're definitely going to not be in it, Chelsea. They're going to be falling away from now on. And we need to now show the quality that we have. We need to show the character that we have, the ability that we have to go on and actually win something. Because it's all well and good, as I said before, praising Klopp and what he did last season, what we've done this season. But at the end of the day, we need results. We need silverware to prove what we've done, what we've achieved, and to be successful, by actually lifting something. Because all this money spent, all this effort put into games, all this application, work rate, and then at the end of the day, if there's nothing to show for it, then it's just going to be like the Brendan Rodgers era, because Brendan Rodgers, despite him being a rookie manager, came into Liverpool Football Club and within 1 year, he nearly made us champions of the league. You know, he was so close. Some people are saying it's because of Suarez and this and that. You're talking absolute and utter rubbish, because Suarez, he played the season before, the first season when Rodgers came in, and we only managed to finish 7th. So it wasn't down to Suarez. It was a team game. You know, the whole team functioned. The whole 11 players on the pitch functioned as a team. Everybody knew their roles and everybody wanted to win the games. They were so passionate. They were so, you know, they had the desire, they had the passion, they had that winning mentality. And because we had Gerrard, who was the true leader, the true captain of the team, we were able to show it on the pitch. We were able to perform on the pitch. And we came so close to winning it. You know, if a couple of bad situations didn't occur, you know, a couple of mistakes and unlucky situations, we would have won the title, you know, with about 3 or 4 games to go, and Man City would have finished second. But you know, it didn't materialise in the end, and we lost it by 2 points to Manchester City. So I feel that this season is the exact same situation as in the 13-14 season, where we were so close to it, the Premier League title. This time we need to actually win it, because the years are going by, man. It's 28 years since we won the Premier League. You know, this format of the league has been going on for 28 years, 29 years, the Premier League, and we need to actually win it now. You know, it's, you know, we praise the manager, we say he's done this, he's done that, but it's not good enough for Liverpool. I support Liverpool through thick and thin. If they're in the bad times, I stay with my team. I don't you know, dilly dally between teams. I don't switch teams like some, you know, fair weather fans do. As soon as they see that a club is going backwards, or they're losing games, or they're not performing properly, they change teams. If you're going to be like this, you shouldn't follow the game of football, because it's not for you. Supporting a team, you have to be there all the time. You have to be there through the good times, and you need to be there through the bad times. And then the success that you get in the end is the sweetest, you know, because you've seen it all. You've seen all the development, everything happening. And then the culmination, when you actually win something, you win a trophy, that makes you so happy. It makes everyone so happy. You know, the players, the fans, the worldwide fans of Liverpool Football Club. So for me, as I said, I mean, we need to go to Paris tomorrow and have that mentality to win the game, because we can't be leaving it to chance for the final game. Napoli are a good team, and don't forget, they've beaten us in Italy 1-0. So there's no guarantee that we can turn them over at Anfield in the final game. There won't be any guarantees. And they will want to stop us, basically, because everybody in Europe fears Liverpool from what happened last season. The way we got to the final, smashing teams all over the place, scoring so many goals. Everyone knows the danger with Liverpool. They don't want to meet Liverpool in the knockout stages. So they will do their utmost best to make sure that we don't progress from the Champions League group, Napoli. Therefore, we need to take it seriously, and we need to perform to our top level tomorrow. Don't make any changes, Klopp, please. Play a strong team. You have to play a strong team. This is Paris Saint-Germain, you know, a big European team. You can't be making any changes. You need to play a good team. You need to play attacking football. Tell them to attack. You know, when they get the chance, attack and take your chances. If we take our chances and we're playing on the front foot, I'm sure that we will beat this team, because we've already beaten them in September. You know, so we can do it again. And that's about it, Liverpool fans. I just wanted to talk about the Paris Saint-Germain game. Just do a little preview, and shout out to the man who does the Think Factory YouTube channel. Very good channel, and he speaks a lot of truth. You know, he speaks a lot of good facts about Liverpool, good information. And I want to see Liverpool fans in this kind of frame of mind. I want to see Liverpool fans with these kind of expectations. Don't be talking about we can't do this, we can't do that. You know, if you speak like that, then you should not support Liverpool, because Liverpool have done it. We've done it in the past. We did it in 2005, when nobody expected us to even get to the final, let alone win the Champions League, and we won it. You know, so if you have the belief on the pitch, if you have the passion, if you have the right tactics, the right game plan to win the game, then you can achieve anything in European football, in English football as well. Because look at us now, we're winning games. We don't have to play outstanding football. But we've got into this system whereby we know that if we get one chance, two chances, we can win the game, score the goal and win it. And that's exactly what we're doing, as was proved in the Watford game. You know, the difference between the first half and the second half was quite outstanding, because the first half we didn't look ready for the game. We were a bit rusty after the international break. It took us a bit of time to get into the game. But the start of the second half, we came out with the right intensity, the right attitude to go on and win it. And that's exactly what we did. We scored 3 goals against a very strong Watford team. You know, don't be under any illusions. This team is a good team, Watford. And you will see in the coming months of the season, they will make problems for other big teams. You know, so Watford are a good team, you know, I'm telling you. They know how to play football. They know how to defend. And when they get chances, they're a very physical team. They can cause a lot of problems to any club in the league, you know, any team. So for me, Liverpool fans, I want to see Liverpool go on to the next step now. We've got a very good chance. We're doing extremely well in the Premier League. We're second place, only 2 points behind Man City, and there's still 25 games to go. So we shouldn't be too worried about the league. We need to concentrate on now getting through to the Champions League knockout stages. And to do that, we need to beat Paris Saint-Germain in France to guarantee it, you know, with 1 game to go. If we win tomorrow, then the headache of the Champions League is gone. We've completed that now. So we're comfortable until, you know, until February, basically. The final game against Napoli won't mean anything. It will just be a game to, you know, that we have to play. You know, like a friendly game, an exhibition game. And we can rest players, because I think the game after Napoli is Manchester United at Anfield. Another very important league game for us. Despite the Manx having a very bad season, you know, doing terribly in the league, they always get themselves up for the Liverpool games. So we can't be expecting to win that game. We need to prove that we're better than them. We need to go out onto the pitch and we need to put them away, annihilate them, as the form of the table should be doing, because we're so far ahead of them. You know, 13 points at the moment. I think it is 12 or 13 points. So this shows me that we're well ahead of Manchester United in the league, and we should be beating them, especially at Anfield. You know. Yeah, that's about it, Liverpool fans. And I wanted to touch on some expectations of our fans. You know, I see comments in Twitter or on Facebook videos sometimes that really piss me off, really annoy me. There are still people saying that, you know, we're in the process of developing and getting better gradually. But they don't seem to realise that Klopp has been here now for 4 seasons. So this is the culmination of the development. This is the end of it. This season needs to be resulting in us winning something, resulting in us winning a trophy of some kind, whether it be the FA Cup, you know, the Champions League, or hopefully the Premier League title. Because he's been here for 4 years, and when he first came into the club, the way he spoke at his press conference, he was very confident. He was very upbeat that he was going to achieve good things at Liverpool. And so now he can't have any complaints. He's got the squad together. He's got a good bunch of players together that play for each other, that know each other's game properly, and he's turned them into a great team now, Liverpool. He really has, Klopp. You know, we've added all the missing pieces of the jigsaw. I think we may need another attacking midfielder, possibly, because our midfield is a bit weak, you know. But I want to see what Fabinho can do. I want to see what Naby Keita can do. If they can make our midfield more explosive, more controlling of the ball, you know, and good passes into the front players, then that means that we've taken care of the midfield problems as well. And I don't want to see Henderson playing anymore, man. For the love of God, Jurgen Klopp, please. I knew during the Watford game that he wasn't good enough. I said it to my friends in the first half when I was watching the game. You wait and see, he's going to get done in midfield by the Watford players. And what happens? He got skinned 2 times, ended up getting sent off because he hasn't got any pace and he doesn't add anything to the game, to the team. Going forwards, he doesn't do anything. He's just constantly passing the ball sideways, looking for the easy pass, the easy option. As a captain of Liverpool Football Club, Henderson, you need to be making more of an effort. You need to be playing better football for Liverpool, man. You play for England, for the national team, and this is not good enough, the football that you're playing. I'm sorry, but some of our fan base are just deluded. You know, they don't see things happening on the pitch. They can't accept it. Have you not seen the mistakes that he's made in the games? Have you not seen how slow he is? How many times he loses the ball? Or he just picks the easy option? You know, they showed a few situations of Match of the Day where Liverpool could have played the ball first time into the front players. And what did they do? Gini, Wijnaldum and Henderson, they turn back and give it back to the other players in midfield or to the defenders. This means that they're scared of the opponents, you know. They're scared of the opposition. And this is not good for Liverpool in midfield. We need players that are brave. We need players that can create, you know, like Shaqiri. Shaqiri's first thought when he's on the ball is to play it forwards, to try and play in Mo Salah, to try and play in Firmino or Mane. But with the others, you know, Henderson and Wijnaldum, especially these two, you know, they just seem to want to just get the 90 minutes out of the way without actually achieving anything, without actually creating anything in midfield. You know, you can't go through a whole season with this kind of midfield. And with Jurgen Klopp, you know, it really disappoints me that he still puts his faith in these two players. You know, you've got Fabinho now, who you said is ready for the team. Put him in. And you've got Naby Keita, who was injured, but he played for his national team in the international break, so he's ready now. Put him in. It's the perfect time. You know, we're getting to the middle of the season, virtually. We've got about 3 or 4 games until we come to the midpoint part of the season. So now, if you don't play them now, then when are you going to play them? This is the perfect opportunity, Klopp. You need to do it, because if we start to drop points or we start to, you know, be outdone in midfield, outrun and outpassed, then we're going to lose games. I'm telling you. You know, there's only so many games that you can go through and you win the game because of your strikers or your solid defence. But there's going to be games that you need to control the 90 minutes in the midfield area. You know, you need to have good passes on the ball. You need to have players in the midfield that can control the game, that can keep the opposition away from your goal. And the performance I saw from Henderson against Watford was absolutely shambolic. And it was coming from the first half. You know, it was so obvious that he was either going to get sent off or he was going to get subbed, taken off by Klopp. And in the interview after the game with I think it was with Match of the Day or someone, Klopp says that he was about to take Henderson off because even he knew that Henderson was going to get sent off, but it was too late. You know. And some people are saying it was soft, he's sending off, but it doesn't matter. He was making those mistakes. You know, that's the whole thing that we're trying to say. He was making those mistakes because he's not good enough in midfield. If he had actually been aware that he had the yellow cards, and if he had been a bit more careful, he had known how to defend properly, then he wouldn't have got sent off, would he? Doesn't matter how soft or hard the tackle is. You need to have the intellect. You need to have the concentration for 90 minutes in the game. And if you have that, then more often than not, you don't get sent off, do you? But with Henderson, he's supposed to be the captain of Liverpool Football Club. He's been captain since Rodgers' days, I think, since Gerrard left, and he doesn't seem to learn, or he's not good enough anymore. Physically, he's not good enough to play 90 minutes of football. Especially his passing range has really gone down. You know, his attacking influence that he used to have in seasons gone by is completely gone now. He doesn't do anything for the team. He doesn't score any goals. He doesn't set up any chances. He can't play forward passes. He's always thinking to just give it sideways. And when the other players on the team see him, he's supposed to be the captain. He's supposed to be the inspiration for Liverpool Football Club in games, and he's not, is he? So we need to accept this now. As the Liverpool fan base, I'm not saying that you shouldn't like Henderson. You can like him. You can think that he's a good player, but he's not. Everyone, you know, a lot of people in the footballing world, in English football, are telling us that he's not good enough anymore. So these people used to be footballers before. They were players. Surely they know better than us who is a good player and who is not. You know, other midfielders that we have in the past, you know, the likes of Barnes or McManaman and this and that, Redknapp. These players, Souness, these players played at the top level for Liverpool and they won trophies. So I'm listening to them. I don't care about the other people. And I see it for myself. When I watch the games, I see it for myself on the pitch. What he adds to the game, he doesn't add anything. Along with Wijnaldum. Do not play Wijnaldum tomorrow, Jurgen Klopp, please. Play Fabinho play Keita and play Shaqiri. This is a very dynamic and a very controlled midfield. You know, Fabinho can sweep up at the back. He can help the defence out, and he can tackle PSG players and stop their main attacks. Keita can drive at them, drive at their defence, and try and create problems for them. Shaqiri has the guile, he has the creativity to create chances, and we can score goals against them. So this is a much better midfield. Milner is another option, but we don't know what situation he's in. Is he tired? Is he okay? You can have him on the bench, I feel. Just play Fabinho, Keita and Shaqiri in that midfield. You can have two holding midfielders, and you can have Shaqiri behind the front players. You can have Firmino up top on his own, have Mane and Salah on each wing. They can cut into the penalty area and take shots or, score goals. And you can have Shaqiri just behind this lot, who can, be like a free, he can roam. He can roam all over the pitch and do what he likes. He can cause havoc for PSG because he's on fire in international football for Switzerland. And in the last game that we won at Watford, he was playing very well, even when he got taken off. He had a good game, Shaqiri. His passing range, his all-round play in the midfield was very good. So this is what I'm expecting from Jurgen Klopp tomorrow, from his team selection. And this is what I'm expecting as a result. We need to win. It's very serious because the implications of not winning are going to be very, very bad for Liverpool. I mean, having to beat Napoli on the final Champions League group game is going to be very tough. And because we've got other games in the league and this and that coming up, it's going to be all the fixtures are going to be, rolled into one sort of thing. It's going to be a very busy period of the season. And it's better to get it out of the way now. If we can finish them off tomorrow in Paris, PSG, then that makes our job much easier for the league games. We can play our great players in the main games in the league. We don't have to rest anybody. But against Napoli, if we need to get a result, and then a few days later we need to play Manchester United in the league, which could be a very important game. It could mean us staying at the top of the league or getting to the top of the league even. And we will definitely need the 3 points in the game, in the Man United game. And if we don't have to beat Napoli, then it will just make our job easier, won't it? It will make us more relaxed, more confident going into those games. And yeah, so hopefully Liverpool fans, we do ourselves proud tomorrow. Liverpool do us proud. They perform to the quality that we know they have, the standards that we know they can reach, and we win the game and we go to 9 points, and we virtually finish it off, the qualification for the Champions League. And by doing that, we kick PSG out of the tournament. They'll be eliminated, so they can't catch us anymore, And with one game to go. So thank you very much again for watching my latest video on Liverpool Football Club, the preview for the Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain. And also I did a little, review of the Watford game. I know that I should have done another video, but I've had other things to do, I haven't had the time, so I apologise for that. And from now on, you'll be seeing me more often, I'll be making more videos for the games. And I'll probably do another video on Thursday to preview the Merseyside derby, and also talk about the Paris Saint-Germain game, which will be played tomorrow, Wednesday. And yeah, we can analyse the two games, the PSG match, and then we can talk about the Everton game and what kind of things we can expect to happen in that game. So that's about it, Liverpool fans. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make your comments in the comment section below. It will be very much appreciated from fellow Liverpool fans around the world, in England, wherever you are. And we're all in the same ship, basically. We're all in the same Liverpool ship. And we need to be successful, Liverpool. I'm fed up of all this dilly-dallying around and saying developing, we're getting better, progressing. We need to see tangible results now. I don't care about development. I want to see Liverpool lifting a trophy at the end of the season in May. Whether it be the FA Cup at Wembley, the Premier League title at Anfield, or the Champions League trophy in Madrid. We need to win one of these. There's no more excuses. We've spent the money in the summer. In the summer of 2018, we've spent the money. We've bought in 4 players, a very good goalkeeper, 2 quality midfielders, and a creative winger come striker in Shaqiri. So these players are very good. They've added great strength to the Liverpool team. We haven't seen the best of Fabinho and Keita, but Shaqiri has certainly shown what he can do, and he's scored some goals. Along with Alisson, he's shown what a great goalkeeper he is. Under pressure, he can make critical saves, very important saves that keep Liverpool in the game or keep Liverpool ahead in the game. And yeah, so we can't be making any more excuses for Klopp or for FSG anymore. FSG have done their utmost this summer and they've spent the money. They've helped Jurgen Klopp out, majorly. So he needs to now put that into practice, create a good team on the pitch, which he has done up until now. But we need to somehow get ahead of Manchester City. We can't allow them to stay there. Maybe until the early days of January, the first days of January 2019. But we need to overtake them, because the longer the season goes on and they continue winning games, it will just be a dent in our morale, in our confidence, because we keep winning as well, but we're not able to catch them. We're not able to overtake them. So at the end of the day, the players are going to start getting nervous. They're going to start becoming worried that we're doing so well, but we can't overtake this team. They're too good for us, kind of scenario. So if we can overtake them and beat them at the Etihad, then I feel from there on Liverpool will go on to win it. We'll go on to win the Premier League title, and I don't care about the European Cup. If I see that Liverpool take the lead in the league, then I want us to win the league. Because it's been 28 years. Europe can wait for another year. We can go for that trophy next year again. So, or the FA Cup or the other trophies, we can go for them again next year. The main bread and butter is to win your own league, which we're so used to doing in the past, Liverpool. But we haven't achieved it for 28 years, which is too long for Liverpool Football Club. Some fans that we have, some supporters, they don't seem to realise what kind of club Liverpool are and what they've done in the past, how successful they were, the trophies that they won, the league titles. You need to be expecting, you need to have the belief, the confidence, the arrogance to go out and win the Premier League title. I don't care what Man City are. Man City were not even around many years ago. They were not even, talked about as a club, as a team. Because of the money, all of a sudden, they've become one of the main players in the league. But we can dent them. If we win it this season, then that will put a major dent in them. And they may start going backwards. Guardiola may leave, He's not going to be here for a long time, Guardiola. Maybe a couple of more seasons at the most. And his main focus this season is definitely to win the Champions League, which I don't feel that he can achieve. He's not good enough. The team is not good enough, Man City, to win the Champions League. Liverpool can win it because we've got the experience in Europe. We've done it in the past. We've won it 5 times already. We were so close to winning it last season, but because of Salah's injury and other circumstances, the unbelievable goal from Bale, then we weren't able to do it, and the mistakes by the goalkeeper Karius, and we lost it unfortunately in Kiev in the Ukraine. And but we can do it again in the future because we've got the pedigree, we've got the experience of playing in the European Cup. We know how to win games in Europe. Every Liverpool team that has come since the 60s, the 70s, has always done well in European competition. Even the Europa League, three seasons ago, we nearly won that. We lost in the final again. So we've got the pedigree of doing well in European competitions. I want to see Liverpool Football Club win the Premier League title, win the Championship. That's what's going to make me the most happiest, That's what's going to make me, get back to celebrating Liverpool as a big club, a massive club. We are a big club, but it's no good talking about it. We need to prove it on the pitch. We need to start lifting trophies again, and that will shut people up. That will show them that Liverpool are the real deal. Liverpool are one of the biggest teams in England in European football. And yeah, so that's about it, Liverpool fans. Thank you very much again for watching my latest video, the preview for the PSG game. And hope for 3 points tomorrow in Paris. And then we go on to the weekend to smash the blue shite, Everton. And to try and dent their season because they're in 6th place now. They're starting to get a bit cocky again, the Evertonians. They think they're a good team again, but they'll be brought down to earth at Anfield, I'm sure. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much again. Take care of yourselves. and pray for Liverpool and PSG, you know, in Paris, that we win the game. And we finish it with 1 game to go, you know. We get through to the knockout stages. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you again maybe on Thursday. Bye-bye.